Reelz and enthusiasts, my name is Christina, and welcome to another Let's Get Real movie review. Today's movie I will be reviewing for you is Lego Batman, starring Will Arnett as Batman and a whole host of other actors and actresses doing the voices of a lot of different characters. Lego Batman movie is, well, it's about Batman. There's been a whole bunch of Batman movies in the past, and this one just kind of takes a lot of the stereotypes of those Batman movies and sticks them into this one. And Lego Batman is actually for kids. There's a lot of adult stuff in here too. A lot of adult jokes, but like, you know, a lot of kids jokes, a lot of kids like themes and everything, but it was just funny. It was enjoyable. So the story is that Batman has like all these enemies, and he has the Joker as his main enemy, as always, and the Joker is played by Zach Galifianakis, and he's totally hilarious as the Joker. They could not have gotten anybody better for the voice of the Joker in this movie. And the Joker, like, he just wants Batman to hate him, not like him, but to hate him, because it's like Batman was saying that the Joker isn't his biggest enemy, and the Joker's like, come on, I hate you, man, just say it, say I hate you too, and Batman will not say he hates him. So actually, Batman wants to like banish all of these villains, like including Scarecrow, Freeze, Poison Ivy, all the classic Batman characters, and then some like really silly made up ones like Condiment Man, and I forget, there was like a whole bunch of like really silly ones with these silly like superpowers. And he gets this gun that could like put them up into, all these bad guys up into like this prison, and he does that for the Joker. And the Joker actually winds up escaping, and he brings like all these other bad guys in, and Batman has to come together with Commissioner Gordon's daughter, Barbara Gordon, who is voiced by Rosario Dawson, and he has to come together with Robin, voiced by Michael Cera. And it's just really funny. Like, the whole thing is just so super silly. I loved it from beginning to end. I was cracking up. There were, like I said, there were so many jokes for adults that it was like really funny to hear them. And my brother and I saw this in movie theaters, and it was funny to hear like what the adults laughed at and what the kids laughed at. You know, obviously the kids aren't really gonna get some of the adult humor, but like everything was so good about the Lego movie. Will Arnett, I think, is like, he does the perfect Batman voice. He is just so hilarious. I love hearing his voice come out of any cartoon. He does BoJack Horseman on Netflix, and then he does like a couple of other cartoon movies, and he's just, I love him so much. I love his parody of like Christian Bale's Batman, and it always reminds me, I don't know if you guys have ever watched 30 Rock, but Will Arnett was on a few episodes of 30 Rock, and you know, him and Alec Baldwin would be going back and forth talking, and then Tina Fey's character Liz Lemon comes in and she goes, why don't you settle it with a talking like this contest? Like, that's just like summed up Will Arnett and Alec Baldwin like so perfectly. So every time I hear Will Arnett talk, I think of that moment from 30 Rock, and it always just makes me laugh. I found it really funny actually that Rosario Dawson was a voice in DC, because if you guys are unfamiliar, she is a nurse, and unfortunately I forget her name, shame on me, but she is a nurse in the Marvel universe for the Netflix show. So she shows up on Daredevil, she was in Jessica Jones, and I think she was in Luke Cage. I actually have yet to watch Luke Cage, but I think I heard that she was in Luke Cage. I know for sure she was in Daredevil, and I know for sure she was in Jessica Jones, and she does help out Luke Cage in Jessica Jones. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But I just thought that was funny, because it was like, oh, you're kind of like going back and forth between the comic universes with, you know, Marvel and then DC, but it was cool to hear her voice come out of like actually a really good female character for, you know, for a cartoon, and that was for kids. And I was very happy that Barbara Gordon in this Lego movie was actually really cool. I found it absolutely hysterical to hear Mariah Carey's voice. Yes, Mariah Carey does voice. She does the voice of the mayor in this, and it actually fit with like the way they characterized the mayor in this movie. I loved it. I'm like, oh my god, that's Mariah Carey. And then they had Ralph Fiennes as Alfred. And what was hysterical to me too, there was a lot of things that were hysterical in this movie, if you couldn't tell. But the one thing that I found funny is that as one of the bad guys, they had Voldemort in this. And it wasn't Ralph Fiennes doing Voldemort, because he plays Voldemort in Harry Potter. I love that. I was like, oh god, it's like the two worlds coming together. And he was really cute as Alfred in this. Michael Cera was a great Robin. I think I'm not a fan of Michael Cera too much, but I really liked hearing his voice coming out of this cartoon, and it was like the perfect Robin. I think Will Arnett was like the perfect Batman, and these depictions of these classic superheroes were just so funny. I almost died and like went to fangirl heaven with this movie, because they had, as some of the bad guys, they had the robot Daleks from Doctor Who, and I am obsessed with the Daleks. Like, they are my favorite bad characters from Doctor Who, and they were going exterminate and, you know, saying like different things in their voices. And then on one of like Batman's planes, I think I don't think I saw this wrong, I could have, but if you've seen it, maybe you can tell me too, if you're a big fan of Doctor Who. They had Bad Wolf written on the side of one of Batman's planes. I want to say it said Bad Wolf, and I was like, oh my god, it's a Bad Wolf. And then they had like the Daleks in there, so it was like somebody that wrote this, or anybody, like all these people, they're like Doctor Who fans. So that was really cool. That like was one of the things that totally completely made Lego Batman for me. So that was my review slash rambling of Batman the Lego Movie. If you like this review in any way, give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below if you have seen Batman the Lego Movie. I want to know what you think. I want to know what your favorite part was, if you liked Will Arnett as the voice, whatever you want to discuss down in the comments. And also in the comments, if you have any suggestions of what I should watch next, be them older or newer movies, leave them there, and if I pick your movie and I watch it and I review it, I'll give you a shout out. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for future Let's Get Reelz movie reviews. And as always, keep watching movies and stay absolutely fabulous.